Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, if you've never seen this face before, what's up? My name is Chelsea Wynn. I go by all things C Wynn across all things social media. I am a life coach, a published author, best known for my series, a how-to guide on doing the self-work and questions to ask yourself. I am a content creator, a boy mom, a podcast host. I do it all, baby. Welcome aboard. We are at the very beginning of a new series titled Overcoming Me, where every week I will be calling my own self out in hopes of helping you guys get one step closer to self-discovery by discussing different topics that could possibly be holding you back from discovering the person that you were actually meant to be. Let's get into it. On today's short episode, we are discussing the relationship or the lack thereof that you have within your own self and how that relationship could potentially be holding you back from creating a life that you actually deserve to have. I thought we'd start with how do we even begin to evaluate the relationship that we have with ourselves currently? Before we start working on building that best friendship, where are you at with the relationship with yourself right now? Let's dive right into the top 3 ways that you can start to reevaluate the relationship that you have with yourself currently. Number 1, think about how you treat yourself compared to how you treat your friends or your best friends. On any given day, do you treat your friends better than you treat yourself? Do you give your best friends more grace and courtesy and love and time and energy and attention than you give to yourself? Start there. Start by thinking about how good of a friend you are to everybody around you and compare that to the way that you treat your own self on a daily basis. That is number 1. Number 2, how do you speak to and about yourself? Do you down talk yourself on a daily basis? Do you sit and look in the mirror and pinpoint every single negative thing about you? Or are you able to speak life into yourself? Are you able to look in that mirror and say, wow, I really like your curls? Not me looking at my curls like that. I look like a shaggy dog, but you know what? Go with the flow, okay, baby? We working on it. Are you able to give yourself compliments the same way you're able to compliment your best friends all the time? Are you able to view you in the same type of love and light that you view your best friends? I'm calling my own self out on this one because I often found that I was able to pour so much love into all of my friends and all the people that I cared about. And the way that I spoke to myself, I would never speak to them in the same tone, with the same energy, with the same harsh words that I spoke to myself. That's foul. Deeply think about how you speak to and about yourself on a daily basis. That is number 2. Number 3, how well do you know yourself compared to how well you know other people? I don't know about y'all, and I'm calling my own self out on this one yet again, but I've always been so focused on loving everybody else around me that I really didn't care about the relationship that I had within my own self. So I would pour all of my energy into getting to know everybody else to the point I knew everybody around me way more than I knew myself. If I liked this person, I know exactly how to make them happy, how to make them smile, what to do when they were upset, how to make them feel better. Yet I would be upset and I had no idea how to cater to my own self. How well do you know you? Are you a stranger to yourself or are you your best friend? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a stranger, 10 being your absolute best friend, where are you at within the relationship within yourself? That is number 3. Those were the top 3 ways and the top 3 questions that I asked myself when I started to really reevaluate the relationship that I had within my own self and ultimately get down to the bottom of the fact that I was a complete stranger to my own self. Yikes. Anyway, although I only listed 3 ways in this video, I obviously have a crap ton more. If you're interested in hearing more ways on how do you evaluate the relationship you have within your own self, comment below and say, tell me more, and I am happy to make another video with more ways. But in the meantime, let's move on. Now that you have a slight idea on where you are currently in the relationship that you have with yourself, let's dive into ways that you can learn to strengthen that relationship so that you can make certain it's not something that's really holding you back in becoming the version of yourself that you actually deserve to be. Let's go. Number one, learn to check in with yourself just as often, if not more, and just as much, if not more, than you check in with your best friend. When you know that something is wrong with your best friend or your friend or whoever, most of the time we reach out and we say, hey, are you okay? Hey, are you good? What can I do for you? How can I help? We go so far out of our way to make sure our best friends are straight at any given moment if we know that anything is even the slightest bit wrong. Yet, when something is wrong within our own selves, most of us don't even know. But even when we do know, it's like, oh, you'll be all right. You'll be straight. You'll be cool. Learn to be your own best friend. Learn to check in with yourself. How am I feeling? How am I doing? What do I need from me right now? How can I be of support to my own self? Learn to treat yourself the same way and check in with yourself the same way you do your best friend. That is number one. Number two, spend some time alone. I know if you're a stranger to yourself, it sounds completely scary, as it should if you're spending time with a stranger, but it gets easier and easier the more that you do it. When you learn to spend time by yourself, you start to get to know yourself. You start to be able to hear yourself. A lot of times when you're around a bunch of people, you can't even hear yourself think. You can't even think straight. You dang sure can't prioritize yourself and make your own self your top priority in the moment. When you spend time by yourself, not watching TV, not watching movies, not scrolling through social media. Technically, that's hanging out with other people. Be for real. Don't be weird. But when you actually spend time alone and prioritize that, be intentional about doing that on a regular basis, you will be so surprised the relationship that grows from that, the bond that comes from spending time with you. You should not be scared to be doing that. That is number two. Number three, and something I always recommend to all of the clients that I help, is to keep a mood tracker. I know that it's something that sounds small and silly, but I swear it helps so much, even in my own personal life. It's a simple sheet. I have some listed on my website if you want to look at it. It's a simple sheet where at the end of every night, you shade in each box on how your mood was that day. For me personally, if I shaded in blue, then I had a really bad mental health day. If I shaded in pink, then my mood was really up that day. This has helped me so much because when I'm able to keep track of my moods, I'm able to stay better in tune with my emotions, which helps me realize what's going on with me at any given moment. It helps me pay more attention to myself, and therefore I can prioritize what I need at any given moment. And look at that. Now I'm in tune and I'm emotionally stable. Won't he do it, child? That's number three. And that's a wrap on today's video, y'all. I hope I was able to provide some type of insight, some type of wisdom, some type of value. You get the gist. I hope I was able to help. If you are someone that is on a journey to becoming your own best friend, I did go ahead and format a list of questions that can help you guys on your journey. It's on my website, which is chasingtriumph.com. You can go ahead and purchase it as an instant download. It goes right to your device and you can print it out, or you can use it on your phone. You can use it on your iPad, your computer, whatever device you want to use, child. Just download it. I will catch you guys next week for another episode of Overcoming Me, where we discuss a whole lot of things that could possibly be holding you back from creating the best life for yourself. In the meantime, I am live every single morning except for Tuesdays, 8 a.m. EST on TikTok, so you guys can catch me there for all things mental health, all things See you next time.